1889. In the small border town of Braunau am Inn, within the Austro-Hungarian Empire, a boy is born into the home of Adolf Hitler, a mid-ranking customs official. His name, Adolf. No one that day could know that this child's name would be carved into the darkest pages of history. Adolf endures a difficult childhood. His father, Alois, is an authoritarian and harsh man. His mother, Clara, however, is tender and devoted. Adolf clashes constantly with his father, especially over the question of his future. His father wants him to become a civil servant. Adolf has only one thing on his mind: to become a painter. In 1903, his father dies. In 1907, his mother passes away from cancer. Adolf is just 18 years old and now entirely alone. He has a little money in his pocket and a great dream in his heart. He arrives in Vienna. He applies to the Academy of Fine Arts, and he is rejected. He applies again, rejected once more. The Academy jury tells him,
"You may have a talent for architecture, but your figure drawing is insufficient."
This rejection is one of the most critical turning points in Adolf Hitler's life. He spends years in Vienna in deep poverty, living in cheap dormitories, selling postcards on the street. And in these years, he breathes in Vienna's toxic political atmosphere: nationalism, anti-Semitism, pan-Germanic ideology. The seeds of hatred take root here. 1914. The First World War begins. For Hitler, this is less a catastrophe than a salvation. Having moved to Munich, Hitler enlists as a volunteer in the Bavarian army. He serves as a courier on the front and earns a reputation for bravery. He is awarded the Iron Cross twice. But the war's end is a devastation. Germany surrenders. The Treaty of Versailles crushes Germany with brutal terms: territorial losses, massive reparations, severe restrictions on its military. Hitler never accepts this defeat. A belief settles inside him and into millions of Germans that consumes them. Germany was stabbed in the back, and those responsible are the Jews and the Marxists. This lie will become the fuel of his political engine. After the war, Hitler remains within the army in Munich, and he is given an unexpected assignment: intelligence work. The army uses him as an informant to monitor small political parties in Munich. In this role, in 1919, he attends a meeting of a small, nearly unknown group. The meeting belongs to the German Workers' Party. Hitler takes the floor, speaks, and mesmerizes the room. He went as an army spy, but he stays. He soon joins the party and quickly rises. The party is renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party. The NSDAP, the Nazis. 1923. Germany is in chaos. Inflation is rampant. People cannot afford bread. Distrust of the Weimar Republic has reached a breaking point. Hitler sees his opportunity. At a beer hall in Munich, he storms a gathering of the Bavarian government at gunpoint and declares a coup. The plan is a fiasco. The following day, Nazi columns marching through the streets clash with police. 16 Nazis are killed. Hitler is captured, tried, and sentenced to 5 years in prison. But he serves only 9 months, and that time is not wasted. In prison, he writes a book, Mein Kampf, My Struggle. In it, he writes everything openly: anti-Semitism, German racial superiority, Lebensraum, living space, and his dream of world domination. Released from prison, Hitler will now use the ballot box, not the gun. In 1929, the Great Depression devastates the world. Germany collapses. Unemployment skyrockets. People are desperate and waiting for a miracle. Hitler fills this void. Powerful speeches, grand rallies, war against enemies. In the 1932 elections, the Nazis become Germany's largest party. In January 1933, President Hindenburg appoints Hitler as chancellor. Those around him believe they can keep him under control. Just 4 weeks after the appointment, in February 1933, news shakes Germany. The Reichstag, the German parliament, is burning. Hitler seizes this as an opportunity. He blames the communists. The very next day, he has Hindenburg sign a decree, the Reichstag Fire Decree. With this decree, freedom of the press is suspended, the right of assembly is abolished, and the state gains the power to surveil and arrest any citizen. Within months, all opposition parties are dissolved. Trade unions are disbanded. The press is silenced. Germany is now a one-party state, and the leader of that party is Hitler. 1939. Germany invades Poland, Britain and France declare war. World War II has begun. In the early years, the German military overruns much of Europe. France falls, Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands follow. Hitler is at his zenith, but then a cascade of fatal errors begins. In 1941, he invades the Soviet Union before England has been defeated. The fronts become dangerously overextended. German armies begin to freeze in the Soviet winter. And that same year, Japan attacks Pearl Harbor, drawing the United States into the war. The balance shifts. In the shadow of the war, the greatest crime against humanity in history is being carried out. The Nazi regime implements a plan it calls the final solution, the extermination of all Jews in Europe. Concentration camps, gas chambers, death trains, 6 million Jews are murdered, including Roma, the disabled, Slavs, and political opponents. The total death toll exceeds 11 million. This is what history calls the Holocaust. By 1944, the direction of the war is unmistakable. The Allies are advancing from the west. The Soviets are closing in from the east. In July 1944, even his own officers attempt an assassination. Operation Valkyrie. Hitler narrowly survives, but the escape is temporary. In April 1945, Soviet tanks enter Berlin. Hitler is trapped in his underground bunker, the Führer bunker. April 30th, 1945. Hitler marries Eva Braun. On the same day, both take their own lives. Their bodies are burned in the courtyard. On May 8, 1945, Germany surrenders. In 56 years of life, Adolf Hitler changed the world, but in the worst imaginable way. What he left behind: between 70 and 85 million dead, shattered cities, broken families, and a stain seared into humanity's conscience that will never fade.